Hello everyone and welcome to another Tutorial Thursday. My name is Swiss, and for this week we're going to be going over understanding Snake's grenade throws. We're going to go over every single throw option that he has, which is 5 different variations. We're going to go over frame data for grenade throwing as well, and we're going to go over uses of each throw as well. So feel free to like and subscribe if you guys enjoy the content, and let's go ahead, let's dive right in, let's learn. Alright, so first things first, like I mentioned earlier, there are 5 variations of Snake's grenade throws. And that's 3 out of nade stance, one being the light throw, which is the underhand. The second being the regular throw, which is the original throw from the grenade stance. And then there's the hard throw, which is also out of the grenade stance. After that, there are 2 other ways to throw the grenades, which is item toss, and the last one, which I like to call smash toss. Now, looking at the frame data here, obviously everyone should know, or if you don't know already, grenade comes out on frame 1, so it comes out immediately. And you have 21 total frames, so you know, comes out on frame 1, but then you do have some time before you can actually use a throw or shield or whatever the case is. Also, the grenade does last 2.5 seconds, so 2.5 seconds and then the grenade blows up. Now, after that are going to be we're going to go over his 3 throws out of the grenade stance, which is going to be the neutral throw. That's the regular throw I was referring to. They call it the smash throw here, but I like to call it the hard throw. And I'll go over the smash throw later. And then the underhand throw, which is the light toss or the light throw. Now, neutral throw, which is the regular throw, is 8 frames. So it's the fastest one out of all 3. Smash throw, which is the hard throw, is 10 frames. So that's the laggiest one. And then underhand throw or the light throw is 9. So it's very important to understand which one is faster than the other, because in this case being said, when you're being pressured or you just want to get a grenade out there as soon as possible and they're at a range where they're at medium or, you know, short, close range or whatever the case is, you need to know like which option is going to be the fastest for you as far as the grenade throw goes. So be in mind that, again, regular throw is the fastest one, smash throw is the longest one, and then underhand or the light throw is in the middle. Now we're going to go over nade stance with Snake, because there are some things you can do with nade stance that can be pretty useful. So in nade stance, you can obviously dash back and forth, you can walk if you wanted to, you can jump, you can even double jump. Now it's very effective to use jumping, in my opinion, and that pretty much just changes the trajectory of your grenade, and it also can change up potential timing as well and different points where the grenade will explode. So like as an example, if I regular throw a grenade here, it blows up right there, but if I jump and then throw it, it arches up a little bit higher, and then double jump reaches over Peach. It goes over Peach's head. So it's very important to cover more than one spot of the stage with grenades, because you don't want to have like 2 grenades in one spot, because that's just covering only 2 grenades covering one spot of the stage is not really what you want. You primarily want to use grenades to cover as much as the stage as possible. So if I have one right here, let's say, and then I double jump the other one, so you have a grenade covering in front of Peach and behind Peach. So that's just covering as much stage as possible with explosives, which is going to allow you to pressure your opponent from pretty much almost a safe distance, depending on the character, obviously. And that's really why you may want to use jumping, and just other situations as well, like going in for a grab or, you know, jumping out of it or whatever the case is. Another thing that you guys need to understand as well is that each grenade throw does specific amount of damage on contact. So when you have the grenade and you throw it at your opponent, notice how it does a little bit of percent before the grenade blows up. So here, as a regular throw or a hard throw, it does 3.7%, right? A regular throw does, let's see, 2.4. A light throw, 2.8. right? And then if you shield drop and then throw a regular, 3.7, and a smash throw, 5%. All right, so it's extremely important to know that, because you might, if you want to tag on a little bit of damage, you can do so just by throwing the grenade like that. So you can like just keep using like smash throws, let's say, and then keep dealing 5%. So that's 10% already. You know what I mean? So it's very important to understand that each throw also does their own damage, as far as you know, whatever throw you choose for your opponent. As you can see, that did 16% just off of one grenade throw, which is a lot for just one grenade, to be honest. So again, very important to understand each throw has their own damage output as far as contact goes. Now we're going to be going over the first grenade throw, and that's going to be the light throw. Now, the light throw you typically want to use as more like a defensive toss. So like if someone is rushing you, or you know, you're playing a very fast-paced character, fast run speed and all that, then light throw is really good to stop your opponent from coming in. And if they do come in, you could try to get a trade, because if they do hit the grenade, then the grenade will blow up. So in that case, you could possibly get a trade. Also, as well, if they do come in and then they end up grabbing you or hitting you, whatever the case is, this grenade might still be next to them to where it could just blow up on them. So it's really good to use that as more of the lines of a defensive tool. It's also really good on edge guarding. So if they're on the ledge, you can kind of have this grenade here, couple it with an up smash, or with the second grenade right here, C4, whatever the case is. So it's also really, really good for edge guarding. Now, with the light toss, you can also cook with it. And if you guys are new to Snake, basically what cooking means is, again, the grenade takes 2.5 seconds for it to blow up. So instead of just throwing it immediately and the grenade sitting in front of them for pretty much a second and a half or 2 seconds, you can try to cook the grenade, which is basically you throw it at the right timing, and then you don't have to worry about them having to react to it, because it'll just blow up on contact. So that's what cooking is. So as you just saw as well, you know, you can couple it with like a down tilt if you wanted to, for, you know, just for like an extra tool of defense. So you can like grab it with the down tilt and then throw it. You can just light throw it, pick it up, and then throw it. So that's another way of cooking it. You could jump and then like use the Z button to grab it and then throw it. So again, there are a lot of things you could do with the light throw. Primarily though, most people would use it as far as a defensive tool and as well as edge guarding. So be very mindful of using the light throw in those situations. And now we'll be moving on to the regular throw, is what I like to call it, or some people would call it the medium throw. Now the regular throw is the most used one in my opinion. I mean, especially in the neutral, which is in this specific spot right here, where both players don't have any form of advantageous spot against each other. You generally want to use regular throw. And again, regular throw is the fastest one, and it's a good way to create the pressure, to start the pressure, as well as that to also use that second grenade to see what you want to do with that second grenade. Do you want to regular throw one and then light throw one to cover 2 parts of the stage? Do you want to hard throw, regular throw, hard throw? Do you want to regular throw, jump regular throw? Do you want to regular throw, double jump regular throw, or you know, whatever the case is? So using the regular throw is extremely good because, again, it's the fastest option to throw a grenade, to get a grenade to your opponent as quickly as possible. But not only that, you can also start to use that first grenade to see what you want to do with the second grenade, and you can also use that first grenade to see how your opponent reacts to that grenade. So again, you know, if you throw that grenade and they shield it, do you want to come in, look for a grab? Do you want to like jump over, look for a grab like that? Do you want to be reverse, do something like that? Do you want to, you know, are they rolling? Are they jumping? Whatever the case is, and then you can try to punish or cover that option with whatever Snake has at that point. So that's primarily when you want to use regular throw. You can't really use it too much as edge guarding because obviously you'll just go over the ledge and, you know, it goes bye-bye basically. So yeah, you just want to use it in the neutral, such as this. double jumping it, or whatever the case is. And last thing to go over, the neutral throw is, or the regular throw, is also very good against projectiles. So if your opponent is throwing projectiles that clank with grenades, because some projectiles will do that, where they clank with the grenade and the grenade will either explode or their travel time will just halt. So it doesn't reach the opponent, so therefore you can't actually get that pressure that you're looking for from this specific range. So the neutral throw is really good because it can go over those projectiles, such as Samus's missile, or the Belmont's cross, or the Link's boomerang, or arrows, or anything like that. So again, this throw can be very good because of the arch that it goes over. So it can travel over those specific projectiles and more, obviously, and then reach your opponent after they throw that projectile out. So you could still try to pressure them by using that throw. And now we're going to be going over the hard throw. And the hard throw is just very good at getting under projectiles. And even though it takes a little bit longer to actually use this throw, it does get to your opponent fairly quick as well. Notice the angle that it travels in. It hits the ground, then it kind of just rolls to Peach. You kind of see it kind of travels under. But if I did a regular throw like this, notice at the angle it goes in. It doesn't hit the ground until Peach's toes. Or if I did like a smash throw here, notice how it just travels straight. So this throw is really good because as it goes under, it can go under certain projectiles. So you need to keep that in mind. It can go under Samus's missile, like the green one, for example, or even the pink one. You can use that to kind of just throw it and get it under those projectiles to reach them. You can also go under other projectiles too, like potentially boomerang, arrow, if they throw a bomb, something like that. So it's very important to use those. And again, even though it takes a little bit longer to use the throw, it does get to your opponent fairly quick as well. So keep that in mind. Now you generally want to use this throw from just at, like, again, neutral range is good. So in the neutral, such as this, or if you're a little bit farther like this, then this is going to be a really good spot, because if you normal throw it, you can see that it travels pretty slow. So if you want something to get there as quickly as possible, you can use the hard throw, or you can like jump and then do it, or you can like double jump and then do it. But at that point, it's just going to go off stage. But you can like wait. You can kind of like use it as a cook method, so you can double jump and then throw it to try to like cook it like that. But generally though, you don't want to use it up close, obviously, because you'll just end up getting punished for doing so. You don't want to use it as an edge guard, because obviously it'll just go off stage. It's going to end up being useless. So again, hard throw, it can go under projectiles, so you could try to force it that way. You could try to get the grenade there as soon as possible as well, so it'll trade with the projectile and blow up in their face if you time it correctly. And again, long range is really good as well, to get it to your opponent as quickly as possible. And now we're going to be going over one of Snake's most popular throws, and that's going to be the regular throw. Now, to do this, if you guys are new, if you're in the grenade stance and you shield, the grenade will automatically drop to Snake's feet, which allows you to pick it up and then throw it. So in this case, doing so, if you just press the A button, he'll just throw it regularly. Now, this is the main throw that people use as Snake, and it's really good because as you're holding this grenade, you can move freely. You don't have to worry about being grenade stance or anything like that. You can kind of move freely. You can Z drop it, back air, or down air, whatever the case is. So you can like use like another grenade to drop it, or whatever you feel like doing. Basically, you have more options when you shield drop the grenade and hold it, rather than actually being in grenade stance. So in this case, when you use the grenade throw, the regular grenade throw, you typically want to use it, of course, again, in the neutral. But like the nade throw, the regular one, again, like I went over before, it does travel a little bit differently than the hard throw. So again, hard throw touches the ground first. It touches the ground right about here, and then the regular throw over here. So you can see that it just travels a little bit longer in the air before it actually hits the ground. And in the neutral, it's going to be really good to just have this one down, and then you can jump and then throw it. You can double jump and then throw it, as the other throws as well. You can do all that same stuff if you wanted to. You can also crawl at this point and then throw it if you wanted to. So again, you have a lot of options as far as shield dropping the grenade and then picking it up and then throwing it. So you can do a lot of things with this throw, but generally you can use it in the neutral, or you can even crawl up, Z drop it or something by pressing the Z button. So whatever the case being said, like however you want to use it, this is your main throw. Besides this one is what everyone's really going to use, because you can then at that point use both of them. So you can use that first grenade, shield drop it, and then like try to use that second one for whatever option they choose. So you could do that, shield drop the second one, do that, and then just kind of work off of covering as much as possible, like I said before. And so the final throw we're going to be discussing is going to be the smash throw. And the reason why I call it the smash throw is because when you throw a grenade with the A, by pressing the A button, you get this regular throw, such as this. Now, with the smash throw, you can see that it didn't touch the ground at all, right? So when you press the A button, you can see it touches the ground right before it hits Peach's toes. But if you did the smash throw, it hits her on her torso, on her hip, basically. So you can see it travels in the air much longer. And I'll show you guys right here as well. You can see it touched the ground about right here. And then notice the smash throw. It didn't touch the ground until here. So it travels in the air much longer. And, you know, it's a very fast way of getting a grenade over to your opponent, especially a cooked one. So if you feel that your grenade has been cooked enough and you need to get it to them as soon as possible, a smash throw will travel faster than a regular throw. So it's very important to understand that. Now, to do the smash throw, I use the C stick. So I just push the C stick forward and you'll end up doing the smash throw, or in any direction. Doesn't really matter. Whether it's down, up, back, you know, whatever the case is. So I use a C stick, or you can input it like a smash attack, like the A button and the analog stick, like as if you're doing an F smash, and he'll end up doing it that way. I just use a C stick because I think it's faster. Now, it's very important, again, to use this throw when you want to get a grenade to your opponent as soon as possible after it has been cooked, or if you realize that the grenade is about to blow up and you just want to throw it at your opponent as quickly as possible. And to get to your opponent as quickly as possible, the smash throw is going to be the throw that you want. Now, you can also use the smash throw for certain things as well. Like, if I shield drop grenade and I throw it up with the A button, notice how it reached about 75% up to the sky, then it came back down. And then notice the smash throw. It blew up off stage, or off screen. So, again, you can kind of use this as cooking methods to understand, like, when exactly do you want to use the smash throw over the normal throw. And once you play around with both throws, you're going to realize that, you know, in certain situations, you just want to use one over the other, and it's going to be a lot better for you. So I highly recommend you guys play around with that. I don't see too many people using the smash throw, and I think the smash throw is very beneficial, especially because it does so much damage. It does 16% off of one grenade throw rather than a regular throw. Does 15%. Even though it's only a 1% difference, that 1% difference makes it makes up a lot. It makes up for a lot, to be honest. Once they're at 100 or they're at like 158 or whatever, that 1% you need to get to that 160 or kill percent or whatever the case is, you know, it's gonna matter at that point in time. So getting as much damage as possible is what, you know, you definitely want to have. Now, now that we've gone over all the throws, I'm just gonna give a little bit of tips for you guys, just so that everyone can have something to kind of work on or study on or practice on or whatever the case is. That's generally when you're using grenades. I feel like when I'm watching other Snake players use grenades, they're kind of just leaving them around. And when you pull a grenade, you need to just understand that you're using this grenade for some reason. Like, you have to use it for something, right? You can't just have it on the ground just for nothing, or you can't like B reverse and then just leave it there. You know, why is this grenade here and what purpose does it have? Because you're pulling it out for a reason. So if you're gonna like B reverse, let's say, and then just leave this grenade here, it's just sitting there. So it's a wasted grenade, in my opinion, and you just pretty much wasted some time with this grenade when you could do other things like run down tilt or whatever, or, you know, jump back air or whatever the case is. So be sure to understand that every grenade has a purpose and you need to use it as effectively as possible. Another thing is, don't be afraid to pick up the grenade, to pick it back up and then just throw it at your opponent, because you can get a lot of grenades to hit that way just by having a grenade here, run up down tilt, let's say, pick it back up and then throw it. So, you know, make sure you keep that you use every single grenade as much as possible. And if your opponent's in the air or whatever, don't be afraid to just throw it on the ground or throw it up at them too, because if they're in the air, you know, grenades just don't cover a horizontal you know, horizontal part of the screen. You can also force it to cover vertically too. So, you know, again, just be mindful of that and don't be afraid to pick up your grenades. And even if you do get hit, it's just another way of just understanding the timing of the grenades. So every time you get hit, you know, this is going to help you more and more on understanding the timing of grenades and how grenades actually works. So that's my tip I leave to you guys. I hope it's helpful. If you guys have any other questions or anything else you want to add, please comment down below in the, you know, under the video. Again, my name is Swiss. Thank you guys for watching the video. Hope you guys all learned something today, and I'll see you all in the next one. Bye now.
Never duplicate you, never multiply two. Everyone copy and paste, mask all up in on their face. Disney fantasy MPH, they are cool with their complacent. You feel it in you, then you brush it off. You ain't significant, but you got something we want, and your whole life is a taunt, cause you will not just comply. Waking up for your day.